Hello, friends. This is Sam Chaney reporting for Weaponized News. Today is August 11th, 2023. We have a big show for you today. Insane news everywhere you look. Go to weaponizednews.com/shop. Help us out. Get some stickers over there. Classic white background sticker. The holograph sticker. And the clear background sticker. Put in your laptop, your bumper, your guitar. Help spread the word about the First Amendment, Second Amendment, all of our inalienable natural rights that are under attack by this insane, tyrannical, one world government depopulation agenda. It's an undeniable fact now. I mean, we're at a loss for words here, but we're going to continue to broadcast through all of the censorship, the technology problems, the energy problems. We will continue to broadcast to you from the Central Valley of California, weaponizednews.com/shop. We have some books up there. Go buy yourself some books, get yourself some of the stickers, the lapel pin. Help support the independent media, uncensored, on weaponizednews.com/shop. So we're supposed to have Thomas from Alpha Mega Energy on the line. He's over there in Cambodia and his energy's cut off. So we hope that his energy will get turned back on soon and he can join the broadcast, his electricity. But let's get right into it. Information overload, News Corp. News Corp. Your Fox News, your Sky News, your New York Post. News Corp now is reporting a 75% plunge in profits. Let me throw that up on the screen for our audience here. And so, yeah, maybe if they didn't just give us a bunch of propaganda and lies and pharma commercials, then people will watch that broadcast. But they can't do that. And what did they do? They fired Tucker. And who's the big draw on there now? Hannity, a CIA agent. I mean, it's just complete clown world, utterly ridiculous, of never-ending propaganda, pharma lies from these people. I need to adjust my my background here real quick. How's that look for the audience? I did black. Should we just go black? Should we just go black? I don't know. Let's see. Can we figure this out live? There we go. We got the American flag back. The flag of empire. I know. Let me tell you. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me on that one. And I want to apologize for the broadcast last night. The Political Christian View. We're setting up the studio for that show, and the internet was not working properly. And so we did record a broadcast about the Reedley Biolab. New information has come out, but the video was terrible, so I didn't post it. And we tried to stream it, but we couldn't. And so next week, look for that show on Thursday, The Political Christian View, and it should be very nice. The studio's just about done. We'll have the internet, and so it should be a very nice broadcast there next Thursday. But here on Weaponized News, as you know, we continue to expose the one world government depopulation agenda. They're killing everybody. They really are now. I mean, they really are now. It's so obvious, so in our face, that it's just beyond ridiculous. We're in the Twilight Zone dystopic nightmare of all your worst sci-fi films. We're living it here now. Here, we have a lot of news to cover. Forever chemicals cause testicular cancer. Benzene is in all these products that I thought the FDA was keeping us safe from. Turns out that's not actually happening. Oh my God. And of course, microplastics are found in human hearts. And so we have all that, plus a whole lot more to cover here. I guess we're not supposed to talk about COVID. We are broadcasting on YouTube, so Coof will watch our lips about the Coof talk because that's still heavily censored by the CIA, whoever, what is it, DARPA, CIA, who knows, government running YouTube, censoring everybody, your jokes, your complete jokes, your frauds. We know your scams. You cost us a lot of money and you killed a lot of people. Good job, feds. You know what I mean? It's completely disgusting behavior by you people. But enough of my ranting. Let's get to, well, a little bit more ranting here. You have, we're supposed to hate Russia, right? Fund Ukraine to fight Russia. But yeah, you see George W. Bush here with Vladimir Putin in their Masonic regalia. So behind all of this, behind the scenes, make no mistake, there is the underlying current of them, the global leaders all being members of the same secret society, Freemasons. All right. And so know that that's all happening. So wake up, people. Please wake up to the sham, scam, phony baloney garbage. Here they are, Time Magazine, man. There they are. And I posted this on Twitter, and people are still trying to explain it away, make excuses, whatever, man. Here they are in their Masonic regalia. And so it's a big club, and you ain't in it, as George Carlin would say. Here's a great song that's come out over the last couple of days. Oliver Anthony, Rich Men North of Richmond. I thought we'd play this tune to start off this Friday night right.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men, the rich men. I wish politicians look out for miners, and not just miners on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the whole beast milking welfare. So God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, for people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men, north of rich men. I'm selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
And there's a great cut from Oliver Anthony. And isn't that the truth? What he just said in that song, continuing here now. The report, it's just so ridiculous. We keep reporting on the Reedley Biolab over here, Reedley, California. Just beyond ridiculous. Okay, this came out yesterday. The photos, here's some new photos. Not seen much. Let's throw that up on the screen. These are from inside the Reedley Bio Lab in California, from court documents here now. There's the infamous water hose. We have video on Weaponized News. This is real. We went and saw it on the building. Here's their some type of hose. The freezers. And it goes on. Let me get through. You can see all the court documents, and they're serving warrants, abatement warrants, to do everything legal. Even though if I, an American citizen, had to set up in my garage, they'd probably come murder me. But let us just honor everybody's rights, as you should. Don't let me be too cynical on this broadcast, but I mean, we cannot violate any of their rights. Well, you shouldn't, but I mean, I would like that same respect for myself and every other American citizen, right? But they dotted their T's and crossed their I's, right? Dotted their I's and crossed their T's. And so you see photocopies of actual photos here. We have mice with tumors in this report. Bear with me. Here's the black and white photocopy image, but we have color images. And then here, of course, are dead mice carcasses. We'll get to this is a 305-page document released yesterday. All the court filings. I'll put the link so everybody, all you investigators, can dig through this. Thank you for bearing with me, but I'm scrolling through this now. Exhibit B, and then, of course, all of your government legal documents. Scrolling through. Let me blast through this a little quicker for our audience to get to the actual color photos. Here we go. Okay, so these are newly released Exhibit B. These are the freezers. A shot of the freezers, the condition. It's like, pretty sketchy over there. Dirty. Here's inside the warehouse, Reedley, California, Bio Lab. Appliances posed a fire risk. Stacked up all kinds of, who knows what all this is. A bunch of paperwork, a bunch of chemicals. And so there's a lot of, fire risks there. Surprised they didn't light this lab on fire. And just plug it in wherever. It don't matter, right? There is a camera. Will we ever see that footage? Doubtful. Is there any footage? Who knows? Continuing through the legal documents, I want to get to the part where we get to the mice here. So you can see the photos of mice with tumors. Again, 305 pages of court documents. Here's this is the front building, loading docks right here on the front at 850 I Street, Reedley, California. You can see that right there. I've been to this location. It's real. There really is a warehouse there. And they really, as far as the Photos from inside, I don't know. I can't verify that. We're going with primary source documents from the government, from the court filings. It's the best source that we have. Upon entering the mouse room, code enforcement observed a large amount of mice feces on the floor. And so you can see that in this photo. Let me blow it up here for you a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. If you can see it there, mice feces on the floor. Mice and cages began to kick up feces off of the floor. Some type of mixture of both food and feces. Some more photos inside the facility. This is after they took items out, stacked it outside. Again, I've been to this location. I don't know what's in any of this, right? We're just primary source documents, the best we can do right now. Here's the concerning things. Multiple cages had signs of bar bearing medical issues and large amount of mixed sexes. So were they breeding the mice there? The mixture of sexes shows that the animal breeding was not being regulated and that pinkies should have been present in the cages. And so these mice are just breeding like crazy, possibly dead mice, carcasses. See the photos there. And then the tumors and evidence of lack of veterinary care. Here, big tumors on these mice. I mean, so it looks like experiments are going on here, right? There's no evidence on site that the mice were being injected or tested on. Well, they had tumors. So, but this is all in the court filing. So yeah, that's an official story here now. It was determined it would be safe to discard the mice through the City of Reedley Animal Shelter contractors. 10 mice were removed from the discarded pile. 5 females and 5 males were removed and placed as evidence into the custody of Reedley Police Department. The other mice will be incinerated. So throw it in the back of the truck, take it to the incinerator. And yeah, so that was a follow-up about that story. There's more reporting to do, but we have a lot of news on this broadcast to get to. I wanted to cover that, show you the photos that I just came across. Again, 305-page PDF released yesterday. Dig into it, do the research. My God, I'm Sam Cheney at Weaponized News, trying to do everything I can to warn the public about the bio safety hazard threat that the government, the Chinese government, and they're all waging war against us, raging a depopulation agenda, trying to kill everybody. For God's sake, we need some help over here at Weaponized News. Go to weaponizednews.com/shop. Help us out. Donate your time, bring your research abilities. We're screaming over here, man. Okay, let's continue. The woke agenda, right? The idiocy. Here we go. The idiocy. Do you dare say woman? How woke bug infected the National Health Service is erasing basic biological phrases in favor of gender-inclusive terms like patients of childbearing potential. And you don't want to know the alternative to vagina. And so this is the idiocy. This is right out of Tavistock Institute, Royal Institute for International Affairs. And so this is the mind control. This is, we're 2023. This is Brave New World, George Orwell's 1984. Name all your dystopic sci-fis, and we're here. We're here. We're here out of the UK, the Anglo-American establishment. We're here now with the mind control, the psyops. And as I've been saying, I mean, Daily Mail, you got to give them credit for being mainstream. They call them a tabloid, but I mean, they're doing the best reporting out there in the mainstream. So I give Daily Mail credit. Woke terms sweeping the medical world, breastfeeding, the process of feeding a baby with milk from the breast, now known as chest feeding. Right? I mean, so F you wokes, right? I mean, come on. Breast milk produced by a woman's breast after childbirth as food for her child, now known as human milk. Expectant mothers, a woman who is currently pregnant, now known as pregnant people. Father, a male parent, now known simply as parent, co-parent, or second biological parent. Maternity services, the care provided to women, babies, and families throughout pregnancy, now known as parental service. Mother, a female parent, now known as birthing parent. Vagina, a muscular tube that connects a woman's outer sex organs to the uterus, now known as bonus hole. Should really piss you off, feminists out there. But mum's the word because you're mind control slaves by the woke. Vagina birth, delivering a baby through the vagina, now known as frontal birth or lower birth. Woman, an adult female, now known as a patient or child of childbearing age, anyone who has a cervix, period, or ovaries. And that's where we're at. Complete subversion of reality, satanic inversion of reality. Thank you very much. Continuing here. We're not going to cover this story because we're on YouTube, and so you can't say the coof, and you have to speak in code. Can we even report on an NPR article? Let's go ahead and give it a go because we love the censorship at Weaponized News. Coronavirus frequently asked questions. Is it wiser to get a booster now or wait for the new fall booster? And there's this attractive photo right here. People have pointed out injecting into the arm, the miracle. And so I simply asked the question, shall I put on the clown outfit now or wait till Halloween? Continuing, excuse me, Spiro posts on Twitter, things begin to make sense when you realize the Nazi eugenicists didn't lose the war. They were recruited by the West under Operation Paperclip, then strategically placed throughout government and industries. And here's a good photo of them. Don't you just love it? We do here at Weaponized News. I'm going to do no comment on this and just play this video for our audience. And it's truly despicable. And I pray for this child.
You ready? Ready? Yep. You want to watch that hand. See my 2, 3, 4. Yay, guys. I know. It's okay, honey. It's okay. You're almost done. You're almost done. You're almost done. One more. Almost done. All done. All done, little man.
You did good.
Yeah.
And so there's no other way to describe that but a satanic ritual abuse, because that's exactly what it is. You people are such disgusting criminals against humanity. Continuing. There's 2 new variants that are rolling out this week now out of Fortune magazine, Urus and Fornix. And so these are 2 new variants that they're rolling out. Urus EG.5.1, and then the other one, Furix. Thought I saw the breakdown, the numbering of it. Anyway, FL.1.5.1 Urus. That's Fornix, are the 2 new COOF variants out this week. So keep a lookout coming this fall. It's beyond ridiculous. Clown world. Nearly 50,000 Americans died by suicide in 2022. New CDC report reveals. You see it right here. And so this is due to public health policy caused these suicides. Public health policy caused nearly 50,000 Americans to die from suicide. And then, do we have the breakdown? Here's the breakdown, actually. Did we get to the breakdown? Because I was telling this to Thomas, our co-host. He's like, oh, yeah, what's the breakdown there? And we're not going to get into it. If he can get back online, we're going to blast through all this news. Here, reported today out of TMZ Sports, high school basketball star dead at 17 after collapsing during workout. Rest in peace and bless your soul, Caleb White. Another one here. A 16-year-old cheerleader, Kaylee Marie Mitchell, dead after probably going into cardiac arrest, the father says. Bless your soul. Out of Fox News, Fauci referred to Justice Department for criminal investigation for allegedly lying under oath to Congress. Growing number of leprosy cases reported after COOF vaccination. Fortune magazine. Not only did the government save millions of jobs during the pandemic, as many as 33% of them were in non-profit land, study finds. And so don't you love the Masonic esoteric symbolism of 33? They're literally mocking us. The initiates are mocking the profane. And so isn't it cute? Isn't this cute right here? And so I just want to let you know, me, Sam Cheney, Sam Cheney of Weaponized News, I'm well aware of your esoteric symbolism. And the government did not save any jobs. They destroyed the economy. And it's a vertical integration of the economy is what the fake pandemic did. What the government did here now. So don't get it twisted. And they're mocking us with their esoteric symbolism right here in your face. And so it's truly disgusting, and I'm calling you out. You know what I mean? I'm calling you criminals out here on Weaponized News. The profane are calling you initiates out because you're criminal scum. Continuing here now. genetic blueprint for vaccine and therapeutics production in plants. So they have pharmacological crops, as we reported on weaponized news for many years here now. And this is an article out of fizz.org, mainstream news here. And they'll still probably censor us even for reporting on it, for being critical of it. I mean, why would you be critical of having vaccines in your plants? And so I'm not even going to get into all this science. I'm not a scientist. Thomas is. From Alpha Mega Energy, he could break it down with me further, but just know they're reporting this today. Continuing here, this story, a little break from the science news and the depopulation agenda, the scientific dictatorship. This is part of it. Make no mistake, it all plays together. Neo-Nazis are using climate disasters to recruit new members. Out of Vice News. Really, Vice News? I mean, this is this is straight up feds, man. Are you stupid? Experts have been sounding the alarm that the far right are exploiting climate change and natural disasters. It's just so beyond ridiculous. And that's why they're all going bankrupt, losing money with monstrous funding, because it's never-ending propaganda and lies. As reported at the beginning of this show, News Corp revenue down 75%. Vice News bankrupt. I don't even know. They get bailouts from who? The CIA? From the government? It's just pure trash. Pure trash. And AI is going to take over, and because all of you, quote, journalists who refuse to actually do any, quote, journalism and report anything outside of the prescribed narrative because you're afraid to be censored, whatever your excuse is, you're a sellout hack to the CIA, whatever your excuse is, you're all going to be out of a job soon now, aren't you? Truly despicable behavior. You're shame. And so here is the real racism. Racism. That's all we hear all day from the leftists, right? You're racist. Well, here's some real racism for you. They stole, that is Rockefeller Medicine, the medical industrial complex. They stole this black woman's cells and used them for eugenics, depopulation, causing massive cancer. So bless her soul, Henrietta Lacks. And now her family is suing. The stories are all over. How the immortal cells of Henrietta Lacks saved millions of lives. And of course, Newsweek spins it. No, they actually used her cells to kill millions of people with cancer. Sorry to tell you. It's beyond racism. It's democide. And of course, they're targeting the blacks. So it is racism. Of course, that's your real systemic racism, is they use a black woman's cells to target you blacks. And the Planned Parenthoods, and on and it goes, the eugenics, the Negro extermination project. As we continue to ring the alarm bell here and try to warn the black population, everyone, humanity, about the crimes they're committing against us here now. But make no mistake, they used Henrietta Lacks' immortal cancer cell line to give everyone cancer. That's what we're dealing with. More news here now. Bird flu researchers turn to Finland's mink farms tracking a virus with pandemic potential. And of course, they're talking about all these experiments, the mRNA, quote, magic miracle jabs killed all the ferrets and minks, which are actually ferrets, but minks are very closely related in the clinical trials. They don't care. Take your booster. And so they're tracking bird flu as the possible next pandemic engineered by your government. Let's just blast through the rest of the news. Thank you again for tuning in to Weaponized News. Did we ever even go live? We got to go live on Rockfan. Excuse me, pardon me. I got carried up with a broadcast, didn't even push the go live button. So, excuse me. It's hard to be your producer, the talent, and the switchboard operator to bring you these important news facts about how they're depopulating everybody. Once again, thank you for joining us on Weaponized News. Today's August 11th, 2023, midway through the broadcast here tonight. Thank you for tuning in on the internet. What else do we have for you? Let me try to get back in line here. Okay, here's some good news. Here's some good news if we can trust them. Scientists successfully reverse hearing loss in mice. Seeing the once deaf mice respond to sounds after treatment was truly thrilling. Scientists say they've successfully reversed hearing loss in mice, suggesting that certain forms of deafness caused by faulty genetic activity could not only be avoided, but outright reversed in humans too. So if you buy into the whole genetics causes everything theory, which I don't here, maybe genetics has some part of it, but they're claiming, scientists, they can reverse deafness in humans here now. So it's great news, right? Come on, get with me. This is some good news here now, right? Get with me. This is some good news. It really is. I'm trying not to be cynical. I want to bring you the good news and break through, but I have a very hard time at this point in history with the research I've done believing anything that this medical industrial complex has to tell us. But we'll continue on here with the news. The horrific headline here: federal study links testicular cancer to forever chemicals for the first time. Military and civilian firefighters are diagnosed with testicular cancer at higher rates than most people. And so, yeah, working for the government is a dangerous business, man. And going into these, being a first responder with these chemicals, dealing with these chemicals, they call them PFAS chemicals found in the blood of thousands of military personnel and testicular cancer. A new federal study found. Forever Chemicals, PFAS chemicals, invented in the 1940s to ward off strains of preventative sticking in industrial and household goods. Along with foam used for decades by firefighters and military, the chemicals are in makeup, non-stick cookware, water-repellent clothing, rugs, food wrappers, and a myriad of other consumer goods. So it's everywhere. They knew this when they made it in the 1940s. The depopulation eugenicists knew this. Let me read that again as a public service announcement. This is out of a federal study. Forever Chemicals, PFAS chemicals, invented in the 1940s to ward off stains and prevent sticking in industrial and household goods, along with foam used for decades by firefighters and the military. The chemicals are in makeup, non-stick cookware, water-repellent clothing, rugs, food wrappers, and a myriad of other consumer goods. Forever Chemicals, now linked to testicular cancer and many other cancers as well. So that's a public service announcement. And so where's the outrage? Where's the ticker at the top of your screen? Where's all of this, that, the meltdown that we saw over the fake pandemic over the last 3 years? Well, here's a great quote by Jesus. Matthew 22:24. Let me throw this up on the screen. What did Jesus mean by strain out a gnat and swallow a camel? Well, that's exactly what Jesus meant. Forever Chemicals in our food supply, makeup, cooking ware, basically everything since the 1940s. Nobody cares. Some coof out there. The biggest meltdown in world history over the last 3 years. And so let me read you that again. Strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. Perfectly encapsulated by Jesus Christ right there in that quote, Matthew 23:24. Continuing here. Are dangerous chemicals lurking in your medicine cabinet? Generic drugs imported from China and India increasingly contaminated with carcinogens? And FDA is failing to detect them? And so again, Daily Mail. U.S. consumer products containing carcinogens, Zantac? These drugs, what is it? Ranitidine? Dry shampoo? Sunscreen? And of course, this has the benzene, hand sanitizer, the benzene, the most carcinogenic molecule there is. And again, we're missing Thomas. We're going to come back to the story because he's the scientist that's going to give us the breakdown of the molecule and tell us how it all works chemically here now. But the mainstream news, Daily Mail, right here. And so the DOD, the Department of Defense, and Thomas was pointing this out to me when we talked about the story in our pre-production meeting before he lost his electricity in Cambodia. He was pointing this out to me. Why does a small lab get the funding to actually do the testing, but yet this has been going on for many years, and some small lab is all we're concerned about it. Now the Department of Defense, a small Connecticut-based lab, Valisure, will enter into a multi-year cooperative research and development agreement. Wow. Thank you very much for that, right? And so this is all the effort they're putting into it. A small lab out of Connecticut to test all these consumer products that are giving you cancer. Can you see the absurdity now? Back to the Jesus quote again. Strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. That's where we're at here now. That's where we're at. Strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. Matthew 23:24. And I want to give a shout out to Joe because he pointed this Jesus quote out to me, and this nails it. That quote pretty much nails it all. Strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. Thank you, Joe. Continuing, microplastics used in food packaging are discovered in human hearts for the first time. Really? Call me crazy. I'm proposing they knew this the whole time. 9 types of plastic were found in 5 types of heart tissue in 15 patients. They were undergoing heart surgery, but some plastics were in there before. Yeah. Microplastics are minuscule plastic particles less than 5 millimeters long, which are shed by single-use plastics such as bottles and food packaging, which are released into the air, water, and food around us. So it's no hyperbole to say they're poisoning the food, water, and air. And now we're finding microplastics in people's hearts. Where's the giant freak out? Should be end of the world. Shut everything down until we find out what's causing this. Shut down everything. But no. But yeah, no. Strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. Some good news, if you can call it good news. I mean, I guess it is through my cynical lens that I see the world now after this incredible biomedical police state scientific dictatorship tyranny that's been bestowed upon the world. And it's sad it even has to go here. Students harmed by remote learning inequalities can take California to trial, judge rules. Report out of San Francisco Chronicle. And so we really had to do all this? Strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. We did, apparently, have to live through all this. Great attorney, freedom fighter, liberty woman, Julie Hamill. She's been fighting for our rights the entire time. Everybody give her a follow on Twitter. Great American. She's been fighting LA County Public Health, the entire fake pandemic here now. And so she tweeted this out yesterday. Take note. Furr's lawyer instructed her not to answer when I inquired about how she calculates deaths and hospitalizations. There's a top secret algorithm the public is not allowed to know about. Doesn't that make you feel good and trusting? And of course, she's been fighting the medical tyranny, the worst in California, out of Los Angeles Public Health. And she's referring to the head of it, Barbara Furr. It's a woman that looks like the Crypt Keeper. So shout out to Julie Hamill. She's been doing great work, fighting every way she can legally through this insanity. Continuing here now. The Guardian. I'm reporting. Are they going to truly censor this? Are you going to truly censor me? I'm reporting mainstream news. I'm just reading the mainstream news and giving a little analysis. Are you going to censor me for that? I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, to put it in some context, because I'm quoting Jesus, strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. The Guardian. There's far more scientific fraud than anyone wants to admit. Despite recent scandals of research misconduct and error, The academic world still seems determined to look the other way. We saw this story out of Stanford. This guy had to step down, scientific misconduct. Paper mills, scientific chop shops sell everything from authorships to entire manuscripts. Shout out to The Guardian for bringing light to this. We continue to report on this every time we see it. I have radio broadcasts from Weaponized News going back to 2014 calling out the scientific fraud here now. And we have what was it, a business school out of Harvard doing what was it, fraud test, and they're like, here's a study on fraud, and it was a fraud. It's just like, it's just so in your face ridiculous, these clowns. But it doesn't matter because that's what the government wants, that's what the government funds, that's what the government gets. To lie, propagandize you, and mind control you now. Continuing here, we have a couple more stories before we wrap up this broadcast. We really appreciate everybody tuning in to Weaponized News tonight on your Friday night. And whenever you may hear this broadcast, here's a shocking story. It's just like, oh, ho hum. Breitbart, I know they're right-wing extremist radicals, far-right radicals, but this did happen. January 6th committee destroyed records, videos, and Trump's rights violated. Honestly, I don't care about Trump's rights. I care about the January 6th, the American citizens' rights, whose rights were violated. They simped for Trump and Breitbart. That's fine. But your January 6th committee did destroy records and videos and frame up all these people that went there in support of honest elections, in support of Trump. And so Trump's a big boy. He can take care of himself. He's a billionaire. But the American citizens that are still behind bars and still being tried and going through trumped up kangaroo court trials, Kafka-esque trials here now. Yeah. January 6th committee destroys the evidence. Couple more stories before we wrap up this broadcast for you. This is shocking. Couple sues doctor after hospital decapitated baby in childbirth. It's a black couple here now. Jessica Ross was distraught when she emerged from the operating room and learned that her son had died in childbirth. Ross had struggled for hours the previous evening to deliver the baby, whose shoulders had become stuck mid-delivery. They decapitated the baby, ripped the baby's head off. These people don't know what they're doing. My first child, I had some rookie doctor go in there, and they literally were trying to push the baby back in. Luckily, we had a veteran nurse there that coached us through it, and bless her heart, that nurse out there, for delivering a healthy baby. It's madness out there. Trust your doctor, trust the science. Last story of the night here, and then we're going to play that song one more time to wrap up this broadcast. Driverless taxi service from Cruise and Waymo to hit San Francisco streets. And of course, they always pull on our heartstrings. 40,000 road deaths a year. Save lives with autonomous cars. Yeah, I don't want any road deaths, right? Oh, Sam, you're against autonomous cars. You want people to die in auto accidents. That's what they claim. No, I don't want anybody to die in an auto accident. It's going to take jobs. They're going to get jacked, right? They're going to get destroyed, jacked, robbed, these autonomous cars. But who cares? Be a mindless idiot. Be a mindless idiot out there. Believe all the lies. Doesn't matter, right? That's the point we're at here in California. Shameless, shameful. Shameless and shameful. They have no shame. The government that allows this to happen, to go on. What was the report? It's like 16% of Californians can afford homes. Keep voting Democrat. Vote blue. I hate the poor. Wait a minute, I am poor. It doesn't matter. That's where we're at. I'm a Californian. Idiocracy. Act as idiotic as you possibly can. That's literally where we're at here now. If I talk real slow in my NPR voice, would you believe me? Would you listen to me? I haven't had any neuro-linguistic programming like they have. I don't work for the government. I wasn't trained by the CIA. Would you listen to me then if I was? So that's the state of affairs we're at here now. You have to make fun of it to not cry and be out. Everybody should be outraged. You should be beyond outraged. We're going to play Oliver Anthony to take us out here tonight. Thank you everyone for joining us on this Friday night weaponized news broadcast of some incredibly shocking headlines, trying to warn the public. I would say this whole broadcast is a public service announcement. Go to weaponizednews.com/shop. Help us out. Give us a donation. We've given you an incredible amount of information. Go search it up. It's all mainstream. I dug through the news so you wouldn't have to warn you and your family about the eugenicist one world government depopulation program. Taking us out here, Oliver Anthony.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men know the rich men. I wish politicians look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up Can it not be true? But it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men know the rich men. Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think. Want to know what you do. And they don't think you know, but I know that you do. Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich men know the rich men. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Everybody do your own research. As always, push that like, share, subscribe, notification button. Peace, love, and liberty. Speak out and take action, and have a good night.